Okay, so I'm waiting for this to dry to continue the tutorial. You can see it's getting there, but it's slow. I'm not good at patience. So I figured while I was waiting, I'll show you this little guy. So I have my preformed scar here. I'm going to take some spirit gum. I'm going to put the spirit gum directly on the application. I'm going to put that directly on the back of it. And then I'm going to put spirit gum directly. And yes, is this a weird placing? Yes, it's only to show you how I'm doing it. Let's see which way. Okay. Make sure all your edges get down. Give that a minute to dry. Like I said, forehead's a hard area. Because if you giggle, see that little spot right there? Listen, you little jerk. So just paint a little of that on there. And if your fingers get sticky, sometimes using the opposite end of your palette knife. And you're like, this spot is going to be an epic pain in the ass. You can also be like, fuck it. You gonna stick there? You can also do that. Be to hell with it. I'll put it somewhere else. I'll give that a minute too. I'm putting my palette knife in my baby oil to get the stickiness off. Yeah, baby oil is everything. Okay, let that stick. My hand's almost dry. So now what I would do, just do the top edge so you can see. So that looks fine. If you want to go with that, go with that. No big deal. If you like to up level, again, no judgment. I'm going to take a little nose and scar wax. I would like to hide those seams. I like to make it like I'm about to walk on a movie set. I'm an overachiever. Okay? So I have a little snake. I'm just rolling it in my hand. And to hide seams, it does not have to be thick. We're not making something that we're sculpting. So very, very thin is fine for this. Now, same. I am going to put some more spirit gum both on the skin and on the latex application. Again, make sure you are not allergic to latex before you play with any of this stuff. Now I'm going to take my little seam hider. I'm going to put that right there, right around. And I would go all the way around. I'm not going to go all the way around, just kind of show you the difference of what it will look like. Let that... And I'm looking in the big mirror too, because it's so much easier to see than this camera. Okay. And now what we're going to do, I'm taking my finger, dipping it in the teeniest bit. You don't want a ton, or it's going to make it hard to work with. Teeniest bit of baby oil. See? Maybe I needed more baby oil. Now, I'm going to have to look in the big mirror. There's just not enough light to see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just blending this both ways to hide my seams. If it starts sticking too much, wipe your hand off. Get more baby oil. We're just blending edges. And see how I made a hole there on accident. I'm gonna see if I can just patch it. So you can see that edge right there, and I don't like it. So, what are we gonna do? We're gonna fix it. So it's one of the things you can do if you're a little impatient like me is while you're waiting on one wound to dry, you could start on another wound. Spirit gum, a fine little strip of nose and scar wax, blending it. Hiding those seams. Best you can. And you can always remember, too, if you're really critical of your own artwork, remember that you're going to be, I mean, if you're in the spotlight, you're in the spotlight. So this is how you want to look. If you're doing this for a zombie crawl, be like, God, that looks terrible. Oh my God, I'm so bad. Damn, that looks good. Check it in low light. You'll be amazed how much different it looks. Okay, now I can apply the nose and scar wax. It'll move every time it's touched. So if you use that, you have to put a layer of liquid latex over it. And how far you fan it out will give it a bigger base. It also can tear off skin. So it all depends on how much, and this comes with time. And so I'll just put a layer on there to seal that, the sculpting I did, and then I wait for that to dry. And then you can look at your other wound that you were doing and see. Overworking it can be a bad thing too. I'm notorious for that, but I can show you. So we're letting that dry. You can see that this is starting to look, the white is gone. See the difference? The white is drying, and that is the nose and scar wax coming through. So that's looking good. Now I want to do whatever painting and stuff I want to do. This is going to be a fresh wound for Christina. So what you can do is just get your very basic makeup stuff, not FX makeup stuff. I finally broke down and got regular beauty foundation because for fresh wounds, you know, that's how you hide it. It's just like, and we're blending. I don't know where I stole that from, but oh yeah, I found some makeup stick too. I always get mad at the cost of beauty makeup. I'm like, oh, but okay. Let's get another sponge. Whatever sponge you want to do to, and that comes with experimentation too. These smooth ones for smooth edges. If you're going zombie or crepey skin, I think it's called, old zombie stuff, you might want some of those mesh sponges to give it texture. So the fun with gore makeup is that you just, you fuck around and you find out. You see what works. Okay, so I'm going to take some foundation. This might even be, it might be so old that I only use it for special effects. And then you can just painting and blending so this looks more natural. Like I'm going for fresh wound, right? So I want it to look like my actual skin instead of dead falling off skin. Old zombie, greens, blues, things like that. All depends on what you want to... This is going to sound really weird, but one of the things that really has helped me in my special effects makeup is I work in an ER, right? And I pay attention to the way wounds look. Like old wounds, new wounds. Part of the job, yes, but really helps with special effects makeup. You can even Google, that's another thing I've done, is Googled like road rash, or I'm a visual person, and if I can see how it looks, I can recreate that. Okay, so we have it kind of going in with skin, and looks like part of my flesh is torn up. Just blending it all in. That's basically what you're doing. And then once you get your base down, how you like it blended to your regular skin as much, so it looks natural. That it looks a whole lot more natural in person than it does on the camera. The camera filter's giving it a yellow. Yeah, but that's fine. That is fine. And then we can look back up here. This guy, that latex is white now. It's dry, see? So I can put another layer on that. Remember, overworking it, bad. Bad, Quinn. Just remember, you're going to have to tear it off wherever you put it. Okay, so now we're going to let that dry. And then what we can do is we want to put some redness. We want to put some color in this guy. So first, I'm going to go for my... Now I'm using products I didn't tell you about. I'm just a bad kid. What can I say? I have a nose and scar wheel from Ben Nye. And it is hiding because I'm videoing. That's how that goes. There we go. And I had some... Who knew I would be somebody that has a massive makeup thing? I get stuff dollar store day after Halloween to get a lot of stuff. Special effects, I feel like I don't want to spend a ton of money on stuff. Okay, so now I have this, this is a zombie wheel, apparently. You can get them all different colors and all different... This has some very dark reds, greens, it's like they have a bruise wheel. This is not it, but it's not unsimilar. So I'm going to take some of this red and put it in the basis in here. Ugh. Had some asthma trouble this week, so my hands shake like there's no tomorrow. And I'm just going to put like a little red down. And sometimes you're like, that is not the... Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be gorgeous. Just putting some red in there, right? As the basis for our Wund. Yeah. Wund, yeah. And then... The next thing you could try is we'll put some of this scab, or this one's called thick blood. Anything like that. There's multiple different products named multiple different things. And it's older than shit and actually solidified. So note to self, check your products before you have an event, because that's dead. That's fine. So that's trash. I don't do blooper reels, you just get to enjoy my ridiculousness. But fresh blood. Okay. So there's some fresh blood from FX, see? A lot of the stuff will stain, be careful. Fresh drying. So that stuff is going to make it a little more dry. I would love to have put some scab on the basis down there and had that in there first. Since we don't have that, I'm going to take this FX blood. It has an application to just... Yeah, this is getting low. I should have got some more. But just basically putting that in the furrow of the cut. The thicker stuff will stay exactly where you put it. If you want it to drip, then you could do the blood. Yeah, see, that's almost gone, which is fine. But you get the idea. The other product, the Special FX, would actually stay wet looking for hours. I'm going to turn that off. And this has a nice application because you can just... And that stuff's a little darker. And they've got blood for all kinds of... Yeah, look at that. That's great. They just got all kinds of cool different zombie blood and black blood, and depending on what wound you're looking for. So that's that. I wish the camera didn't show it so red. And it is about to drip. So if you don't want it to drip, if you do, perfect. We'll go like that and see where it goes. Naturally. If you're doing like a drag number or a burlesque number or something like that, these little tubes are also perfect because right before your number, you can put some more on, right? And you can even put it in here, you know, add a layer of realness to the liquid latex one. The scab you can do in there, just a little squirt a little. And just be ready of it dripping down. You don't want to put a lot because if you don't want it, I can't imagine this stuff is good for your eye. So you can kind of make it go where you want without wiping it just by gravity. So you don't have to take it off. Okay. And then I can just go ahead and dab the end of that. Just poke up the... Try and keep it realistic looking. But to stop so it doesn't go to the eye. Yeah. And then on the top of that, same, let's try this different. See, I don't even know how this shit works. Beauty makeup. Christina's going to be better. Some of y'all will be better at this part than me, and that's fine. It's just blending that into your skin. I made it worse. Well, now I've got a little bit of a sunburn. So I'm not... That's why it's not blending well today. So I almost need like a little bit of red. Yeah, tint that down with some red. Again, not saying I'm good at beauty makeup. But basically you want that seam to look, and depending on what you're going on, depending on what you're going for, you know. Yeah, right now these foundations do not match my skin, right? Because I've been playing in the sun too much. So you'd have to blend that better than this, is what I'm saying. But you could see the point, though. Like, see the edge where the nose and the scar wax hides around here, and it looks fine, just like I said, depending on your level. You can leave it just looking on like that, or you can keep blending this and working this, putting different colors in, so it looks like it's your actual skin. And it all depends on what level you want to do it. But that's why you do that. You do strips of nose and scar wax all around this edge. And I would do it there before I put that blood in. And then you put liquid latex over to seal it. In an area that you might do expressions, this could pull it up. So you might want to do extra liquid latex. And you might just also have to be kind of a zombie and not express things with your forehead. It all depends on what you want to do. This is what a wound looks like on her hand. That's looking pretty good. And it would be the same concept all the way up the arm. So that's how that goes. Now, the other wonderful thing that you can do with latex and nose and scar wax is, so we can build anything. We could put a button in that and pull it out, make a bullet hole. If you can figure out a way to sculpt it, you can seal it with liquid latex and make stuff. The other cool thing that you can do, if you have a big area like that you want to do something, get a mirror or a piece of glass or something that's non-sticky, and you can sculpt it with the nose and scar wax and make your own prosthetic, right? So you sculpt it with the nose and scar wax first. When you have your sculpt, then you do layers of liquid latex. And if you're making one that you're going to take off of that mirror and put on, like make your own applications, like I'm talking about, you want to do a lot of layers. I would say 7 or 8. So put some liquid latex on, let it dry, have a horror movie on, you know, do something, because patience is the key. Patience is the key. Put it on 7 or 8 layers until it looks like what you want, and it's durable. Then after the 7 or 8 layers of latex is dry, then you can paint it any way you want it to look, old, new, match your skin, whatever. Let all that dry. You can put some base red down like this was first. I wouldn't put the wet blood in it. You're just making a basis that you can put on you. And paint it so it looks good. And then let that dry for like a day or so. And when you're ready, you want to pull it off the glass. Use a little baby powder because it will stick to itself. And you can apply it on you. And that's actually a technical enough. Just telling you is probably not going to work. So I could probably do one. Am I getting blood on my glasses? Not yet. But sorry, had to be weird. That is how you would blend in the areas nose and scar wax to either put a prosthetic on or make your own wound. And here we can, let's say we want this a little more bruised and jacked up. So now we're going to play with some colors, you know. Yeah. What if we wanted an old wound? Then when we get with these blues, you know, we're just playing with color. Okay, we want to go zombie. Let's go full zombie here. Because I got some kind of gangrene setting in. It ain't right. It ain't right. Oh, you know. So, just playing with your colors, it's amazing what you can do. How long have I rambled? 25 minutes, jeez. You know, you can put, so you want some yellow around the edge, right? So it's healing. Too much yellow. And we're blending. And we're blending. But you can see you can make it look bruised and old and just playing with color. I think I've rambled enough for one video. 25 minutes is a long time to keep people interested, especially in the second half. So I'm going to stop talking. And if you have questions, please comment or whatnot. Oh, do you want to see me pull it off? Okay. All right. Hold on. So now, and what you can also do is take this, the part that you applied, take that all off, wash this, you can totally reuse it. Totally. And just, they have spirit gum remover. I love me some baby oil again. Makeup remover wipes, whatnot. Again, watch the eye. Watch the eye. See, I need a new paper towel. You're gonna go through some paper towels, and it's fine. But see, that's the fun thing about having pre-made ones or using pre-made ones, is that I use this, but I could totally use it again. I'm washing it off with soap and water. I'll put it over there to dry. And then same with this, it's just a sculpt. I only did one layer, well, a couple layers, and just rip it off. Yeah. With my hand hair that I didn't shave because I got frustrated with the forehead the first time. Take that off. Okay, that's enough out of me.